Life is a complex journey filled with encounters and farewells, joys and disappointments. In this journey, we always seek faithful allies, those who will be there in the toughest moments, who will support us and not betray us. Unfortunately, life also brings traitors into our path. Why do they appear in our lives? This is an eternal question. It seems that betrayal is something terrible and unjust, and undoubtedly, it brings pain and disappointment. But if we look at it from another perspective, traitors play an important role in our development. Betrayal can manifest in the form of lies, secrets, deceit, or even physical infidelity. However, whatever its form may be, betrayal always leaves a bitter taste that is hard to forget. One of the key aspects of betrayal is the breach of trust. When we trust someone, we open our hearts and become vulnerable to that person. And when that trust is broken, it feels like a blow to the heart. We feel deceived and forsaken, which can lead to feelings of loss, pain, and anger. However, perhaps it's worth looking at betrayal from another angle. Maybe it's not always a misuse of trust, but rather an expression of complex human emotions and imperfections. Perhaps the one who betrayed us was under severe stress, fear, or temptation, which drove them to such actions. But this doesn't justify betrayal, it merely explains it. Betrayal is a test of our loyalty to ourselves and our values. When someone we trusted and considered a close friend turns against us, it makes us reflect on what truly matters to us. It's a moment when we learn to define our boundaries and values, and to choose those who truly deserve our trust. Every time we encounter betrayal, it awakens a deep understanding within us that trust is a fragile and precious thing. Often, we find that to some extent, we have contributed to the conditions that lead to betrayal. Whether it's our naivety, excessive trust, or neglect of red flags. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "It is not the enemy who strikes you, but the one who smiles at you while striking." These words poignantly reflect the bitterness of betrayal when a close person we believed in unexpectedly becomes a source of pain. Betrayal also teaches us about forgiveness and compassion. People often betray due to their own fears, shortcomings, or circumstances. Understanding this helps us not to remain in the role of a victim, but to transition to a process of healing and growth. Forgiveness is one of the most complex and essential aspects of recovery. It does not mean forgetting or justifying the act, but it frees us from the burden of negative emotions and allows us to move forward. As Confucius said, "When you hate those who betray you, you do not allow them to leave." These words remind us that forgiveness and understanding are ways to free ourselves from the weight of resentment and negativity. And finally, betrayal teaches us to value true friends. Those who stand by us in the toughest moments deserve our genuine gratitude and trust. Betrayers help us separate the wheat from the chaff in our relationships and learn to appreciate those who truly stand by our side. So, despite the pain and disappointment caused by betrayal, it can be an important stage in our spiritual and emotional maturity. Remember that every person who enters your life, even if they betray you, comes with a lesson and an opportunity for your growth and development. Betrayals appear in your life for one reason: to teach you to appreciate true friends and believe in your own strength. And at the end of the story, listen to a parable with a truly profound meaning that will serve as a lesson for everyone. In a village, there lived a wise man known for his honesty and wisdom. People from all corners of the country came to him for advice. Among them was a young man whom the wise man trusted greatly and considered his disciple. One day, a wealthy merchant came to the wise man, offering him a large reward in exchange for the secret to his wisdom. The wise man declined, saying that true wisdom cannot be bought with gold. However, the disciple, driven by a desire for wealth, secretly agreed to help the merchant by promising to reveal his teacher's secrets. Soon, the wise man learned of his disciple's betrayal. Instead of anger and resentment, he invited the disciple to his home and asked why he had acted this way. Ashamed, the disciple admitted his desire for wealth and apologized to the wise man. The wise man smiled and said, "You sought the secret of wisdom, but chose the path of deceit and greed. True wisdom lies in understanding the value of trust and honesty. You betrayed me, but more importantly, you betrayed yourself, losing trust and respect. The disciple realized his mistake and asked the wise man for forgiveness. The wise man forgave him, but the disciple understood that regaining the lost trust would not be easy. He decided to dedicate his life to the pursuit of true wisdom to rectify his error and earn his teacher's respect once again. Thus, the parable of betrayal became a lesson for all who heard it, that true wealth is not found in gold, but in honesty, trust, and wisdom.